Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to talk about the player model rework that is hopefully coming up this year. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yes, we finally know they are working on a player model rework and it won't be getting shelved. Why, you may ask? Well, because Runescape is 20 years old and it was the right thing to do according to Mod Iroh.
So particularly in the 20th year, it all lines up. It's the right time to do it.
Now, in case you're wondering who Mod Iroh is, he's been working at Jagex for around 6 months and he has 10 years of previous experience. Now, he does say that the NPCs look good already and the technology is there, and for that reason, there's no reason why they couldn't start making a player model rework. I mean, if you look in game at a Kia Girl or the Solak NPC, you see that there's potential for way better looking characters. Now, it is a lot of work, and I believe Mod Warden said that a couple of times on previous streams that it isn't just an easy update, so they're going to be focusing on one thing first, being the base outfits, hairstyles and facial hair you'll be seeing inside the character creation screen. That makes the most sense to me to do as well. Why would you go ahead and change all of those cosmetics? Just start with the basics, the base outfits, the base characters. And they're planning to release the update with 16 outfits, 62 hairstyles and 18 types of facial hair. That's a lot of variety already, especially because they're going to be looking so good. Now, as you can see on screen, they're in the proof of concept phase and they have yet to go into the production phase where they build all the meshes, kits and hairstyles, and then finally, of course, delivery. Mod Huli specifically said that they won't be giving a public release date until it is certain that they are able to deliver as promised, presumably a month or two before the actual update. That being said, they indirectly confirmed that this update will come just before mobile, or perhaps with mobile. Have a listen.
The only thing I want you to come into this and not expect is we're not giving this a release date. This is a project that's actively in development, but this isn't going to be something we're going to discuss today. Like always, we're going to announce a release date when we have a firm kind of, and obviously we've got mobile coming up as well, which is a big thing where a lot of players are going to be creating an adventure and stuff, and so we're going to have all these new players, and that's something we're thinking about as well, right?
And so what we looked for is what's our entry point where we can deliver the most value, prove out things visually, give a meaningful refresh of things, and present it in a way that players will come to early, like returning players and new players, particularly with mobile coming on.
On screen now are the old and new characters combined. As you can see, there's a massive difference between the old and new characters. Even though the new ones are work in progress, you can already see they look a lot more human, they're a lot more shapy, and they just seem like a decent MMORPG character. Unlike our previous weird blocky pointy, honestly when you put the old next to the new you can see how awful RuneScape characters look. And in this developer stream, Mod Iroh does say something I completely agree with, which is when your character looks good in game and feels more realistic, you feel more connected and enhances your MMORPG experience. And I'm sorry, but I just have to give you guys an arbitrary thick. After that, they talk about hairstyles and how they are developed, and that isn't just like Lego hair, where it's one piece you just plop on a character. There's a lot more work involved into making proper hair. And just look at that difference between the models. The right one just looks so bad compared to the new, which actually looks like a human face. I seriously cannot wait to see this update in the live game, and I suspect there's going to be a lot more female characters created after this update.
Quite a lot of comments which were talking about the female chest and just going, look, I want my kind of athletic character that's going to run around the world, and they should feel like an athlete. They shouldn't feel too top heavy.
So we aren't going to turn into a Korean MMO? Oh. It seems the boob slider has been shelved, guys. Thanks, Reddit. They then showcase outfits and how they could look with more detail and more realism, like an actual belt for your pants, and they show some animations of the old and new characters, which... look at this. Look at them stretching, dude. That is some serious yoga right there. No, but honestly, it's really nice to see the work in progress and them explaining things on stream about an update that isn't yet released, And I much prefer this and not having a release date than having a release date and not seeing as much about the update. Now they also went into how the newer models have better light reflections, which can be used to make it feel even nicer when you're inside the world with different skyboxes and such. And I feel when this hits the game, it's going to make the game feel so much more modern. And I think it's a good idea to release something like this before mobile. That being said, in terms of the release date, I think it will be next year. I doubt it's going to be this year unless they announce that mobile is going to be released somewhere this year, later this year. In that case, it's going to be in 2021. But I think this update is going to be released next year in 2022. Now with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know what you think about the player model rework, which is very exciting, down in the comments below. And I'll end off the video with a quote from Mod Iroh.
But the avatar is not just prettiness or beauty or detail or that. The avatar's the thing that pegs you to the world. And the more we can do to make that as rewarding as possible, the better it is, you know, for us as game developers, because we love that stuff. And for players as well, because it's making their commitment and time in the world kind of respected and reflected in the thing that represents them there, which is the avatar.